Hey everyone, good morning. Today's Wednesday, and today's the first day of Mastermind Christmas, the first of the 12 days, which is super exciting. I am getting my coffee ready, and then I'm gonna head upstairs. I'm going to double check what other extra notepads we have to send, and then I'm gonna get ready for the 12 days of Mastermind Christmas. You'll obviously be watching this after the first day. So today I am doing a giveaway for the SEO webinar. I'm kicking it off with the SEO webinar because it is the most popular webinar. I mean, honestly, it's popular for two reasons. One, because it's been around the longest, and two, it really does kick ass, okay? So it's a mixture of both. I feel like if it wasn't around as long, it would still be the most popular seller, just FYI. Hello there. Anyway, so I'm really excited about that. As soon as I do that, I got to, you know, start posting on social media. I have a list of things I have to do. What is this? Okay. For you guys, post on social media, you know, later on post on Twitter, you know, just things like that. So I have to follow a schedule. Since it's already planned out for me, I don't have to think too much. I encourage you guys to do that as well when you're doing a campaign of some sort, you know, a strategy for running a sale. Plan out everything in that day or days, that's what I do, so you know not to miss anything. So I have the next 12 days literally written out for me. It literally says wake up, do this, do that. So I don't have to, like, you know, there's no guesswork, you know? So let me get the sugar. I was thinking, guys, last night, you know, how sustainable is it for me to vlog every day? And more importantly, how sustainable is it for me to edit every day? You know, you might say, go ahead and batch it. Go ahead and edit once a week, and then, you know, but editing takes, you know, for each video a little over an hour. It could be a little bit more, it just depends. So we're looking at 7 days, it's 7 hours. It's completely one full day. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not batch it for that reason. I'd rather do a little bit each day. So I just don't know if I'm going to continue doing daily vlogs. My husband was like, why don't you do twice a week? One for your week, and like one for the work week, one for the weekend. And I'm like, okay, maybe. I could definitely see me doing that. So if you're listening to this, love your opinion. You know, if you obviously want to see me every day, then that's great, I appreciate it. But I'm wondering if you were to only see me twice a week, the weekend and the week, I ask you, you know, what do you want to see during the week? You know, I can show you my day-to-day every single day. But eventually, I told my husband, I'm like, you know what? Eventually it repeats itself. What I say doesn't repeat itself, obviously. You know, I'm gonna say something new. It might be the same topics and stuff, but especially with my team. But what I may say to you is not gonna repeat itself, right? And that's great. But I don't know, I just think it will be of higher quality if I did it per week. I currently do Facebook Live 5 days a week. Those are topic focused, period. You know, vlogs are focused more on my work days, so you might see me talking to my assistant, talking to my husband, something fun with my kid, etc. So anything goes. Anyway, let me know your feedback. I'm gonna keep vlogging every day until I feel like it's becoming an issue in regards to content or editing. But before I hit that mark, I'd love to see what you guys think. Hey Jess, open the lights. I don't know why I like to always work in the dark. So I'm finishing up notepads.
Okay.
Every day during the week I'll be doing my Facebook Live at 8:30, just because I don't want to rush myself through anything that we're possibly doing in the morning. So Mo has like 50 orders on Amazon, and then if I'm not mistaken we'll probably have like less, maybe even less than that, like a handful on .com.
Okay.
And then again less than a handful on Etsy. So we're under good control. So if you could, before you start printing, if you could first skip that. If you could first just do follow-ups and proofs across all platforms, including wedding, and before you forget, and then you can start printing Etsy.com wedding. There's wedding.
So this morning on the news, I heard that, you know how I was telling you that my package was delayed forever? They said that UPS and USPS is hiring over 100,000 people to keep up with the demand, because they saw a lot of orders that came in, packages over Cyber Monday than they expected. So they said in order for your package to get there by Christmas, you have to order by tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay, that's just
questionable.
Well, that's good too with a lot of people.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna happen with Amazon. They're gonna keep buying.
Of course. You haven't taken care of this lady's refund yet, right?
Oh my god, I'm such a fool.
Mo asked about it, so I'm like, just skip over it. Just skip over it. Like, where is this one?
I want you like, don't ask questions, just keep going.
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
Save your breath. What the hell was I doing yesterday? And probably something important. I know, like mom just sitting here.
Oh, your recycle bin, did that even work?
Okay, listen. Listen, it took forever. When I was sleeping, it was still like, you know, doing its thing. I woke up this morning and no, didn't find anything, which is for a movie file type. So hold on, reel it in. I'm gonna try the other program that I have.
Okay.
So after I do my Facebook Live, because I don't want it running while I'm doing Facebook Live. Hey Jess. Yeah. Come here for a second. So, since today is that first random drawing during the Facebook Live, I'm going to call you when I call you and say, hey Jess, you know, you come over, and I'm going to say, go on my Facebook, find my face, right from today's Facebook Live, click on it, and I'm going to tell you right here, pick a number, and you're going to pick the number from 1 to 20, and then I'm going to say start in a random place.
Okay.
In the comments that start saying me. If somebody says me, and then there's something else, skip that over that comment when you count, right, you know?
Okay.
And then you can pretty much from the number base pick the winner, and then come back and tell me who the winner is, because today's a coaching session.
All right.
Okay, so I'll call you when I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, good morning. I thought I'd play some music on the 12 Days of Christmas music. Good morning, everyone. Today starts the first day of Mastermind Christmas, and I'm gonna keep the music playing in the background for a second. Hey everyone, I just finished the Facebook Live on the first day of Christmas. It was so exciting. Over 100 people came to join. I really like the fact that I did a giveaway during the Facebook Live. It really brings people out of the woodworks. Like there's some people that obviously throughout the year they get busy. They're just like, you know, lurkers, which is fine. And, you know, I just want to be able to see who these people are and say hi to them and just interact with them. And this Facebook Live, I felt like did it. And I think over the next 12 days, it's going to do the exact same thing. So I'm so excited to see it. I think a lot of people are loving this. I just posted the giveaway today. Sorry for the lighting. I love my graphic. Anyway, so people are starting to comment. I'm very excited because everybody's excited. Anyway, I'm gonna head out there to work. Give me 1 second.
She put S on it. There's no way her name is Savannah. S-Z-A-V-A-H.
Do you want to give her both?
I'm gonna give her the way she asked, and I want to give her another set of Savannah, and you're gonna write her a letter with it.
It's fine.
Yes or no?
Oh, it's fine. Go ahead. All right, guys, see you soon. Hey guys, so I'm off to pick up Juju from pre-K, and just to give you an update on yesterday's me trying to recover my deleted files. It's still trying to do its thing. I've been trying to recover it in many different ways before I decide to give up on it completely. So my computer's still judging along, doing its thing. It probably will take another 30 minutes for it to see if it can recover the other way that I'm trying to test out. I'm trying to pretty much test out if I can recover it from the recycling bin. If not, from the original file it came from. And if not, I'm gonna try to recover it from the SD card, which is the card I'm recording on right now. So, yeah. If that doesn't work, then I am going to use the other recovery program and try that. And then if that doesn't work, I give up. I have lost December 8th's footage. So again, if you have not seen that, then obviously I couldn't recover the files. But if you have seen that by now, then yay, it worked, okay? Anyway, so, let me fix my mirrors here. Okay. So today, the first day of Mastermind Christmas started. Everybody's excited. A lot of people have been responding to the posts, which is interesting to see because SEO webinar, the Etsy SEO webinar being my most popular webinar, I honestly felt like everybody had it, you know? But no, not really. A lot of people have been responding to try to win it, so that's fantastic. I'm excited. And I'm excited, and by the time you guys see this, you probably would have already known this. So I'm excited to also, during the Facebook Live tomorrow, announce that somebody during the Facebook Live is also going to win randomly. So not just whoever entered in the comments, but they can get another chance to win. So I'm pretty much giving away 2 Etsy SEO webinars, which is very exciting. Nobody knows that yet. So yeah, that's exciting. And I've been wearing my Santa hat during this time. I think it's just a really good time. I posted who do you go to for personal advice and why? I am finding the comments very intriguing. I'm getting a lot of husbands, mothers, certain friends. People are going to advice. It's just interesting. It helps me get to know you guys more. I don't know. It just sounds like a fun chat between friends. And of course you win something. So I might chat about this a little bit later because my battery's showing me that it's about to die on me soon. But I want to tell you that yesterday I was perusing around, you know, Facebook groups, and somebody posted, I took a screenshot of it because I'm like, what is this nonsense? The person posted, I don't really understand how, not in our group, I don't really understand how some people have huge success with their Etsy shop and others have 0 success. And a lot of times they're doing the exact same thing. Boggles my mind how shops who do the exact same thing could have such different results. Do you guys know what I'm gonna say about that? Hold on, let me check my husband's proof. Yes, it looks better. Go ahead. That is complete and honest bullshit. I was very impressed. Again, it's not my group, but very impressed with people's responses most people, if I look really quickly, were responding like, no, you don't know if people are doing the exact same thing. It appears so, but you never know what's happening behind the scenes. You don't know if somebody's driving traffic through social media. You don't know what they're doing. I'm very, very successful and I'm making a lot of money, but you won't know that just looking at my Etsy shop alone, you know? You don't know I have an email list if you just look at my Etsy shop. I mean, maybe you might catch on to it. But to say that, I mean, it's very different. I mean, you know, we have the same shops, both stationary, but we don't sell the same design. We don't have the same SEO. Like, don't tell, like, first of all, if you have enough time to double check everything's exactly the same between two shops, then no wonder why your shop is not working out. Just to be honest, if you're listening to this saying, preach, Dahlia, then you're my people. But if you're listening to this rolling your eyes at me, then you probably don't have to be here because, you know, I hope you don't shy away from hard work. I hope that, you know, you understand that, yeah, you can't just sit there and say, yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing as everybody else. Why am I not getting success? If you have that time to worry about that just as much as this person did, then I got something to tell you. You have to work on other things. You gotta use your time better. You know, I interact in the Facebook group mostly because it's my group, you know, and I have a team of people working for me. But if you have time to do that much interaction, check people's shops and look at why you're not successful, it's like harsh reality that you need to focus on something else. Like, work on SEO. Like, I know it's a lot of work. By the way, when I say work on SEO, work on emails, it's not like so easy, like takes you seconds. I understand it's hard work, but don't shy away from hard work. Sure, you could have some moments that you feel like, oh, I'm drained. I don't want to work on this. Fine. Sometimes it happens. But if you find yourself doing that often, believe me, I've seen members like that. You got bigger problems, you know? What you got, Juju?
Left.
You made a party?
Yeah. I ate my half. Here's your seat.
I could barely.
I didn't help her. I was getting dressed.
Thank you, Juju.
You're welcome. Come on, eat.
Hey guys. Ugh, rough day. All right.
We have a party today.
Thanks, Juju.
There was a party of Zoe's Zebra of his birthday, and then I decided to do
Where'd
it.
you get this water from?
From the cabinet, and then the thing.
The refrigerator? Where?
Come.
Where'd you get the water from?
The buttons thing.
Yeah, from the refrigerator. Okay. That's good.
Not from the sink.
What?
Not from the sink.
Thanks, Juju. Earlier you saw me meal prep, and when I meal prepped, this is what I do, especially with veggie soup. You know how you buy like a big thing of carrots and then you buy a big thing of celery and blah, blah, blah. I feel like a lot of the carrots and celery go to waste, especially if I don't have anything planned for the next week or so. to use the carrots or celery in. They eventually go bad or whatever. So what I do is I chop up everything, like all the veggies I have, right? And then I put it into these freezer, so this is my garage, my freezer Ziploc bags, and I have 2 of these bad boys in here. So pretty much I used up all the veggies, and now I have 2 more days. Well, technically they're days and a half. They're like good for a meal and a lunch. But anyway, there's 2 more days worth of veggie soups. So I meal prepped it ahead of time, and I could use it when we have nothing to eat and we're like, what should we make? And we're like, veggie soup, right? So it's perfect. And we usually make it with like either garlic bread or something like that. We'll just see what we have on hand. Anywho, so I am just sauteing the onions here. Never mind my messy stove. And in a second, when that is done, I'm going to pour the veggies I kept out of the freezer. Okay, see that mix? I washed them, rinsed them a few times, and then I'll be pouring that in. Letting that kind of toss around the heat, and then I'll pour the water, and then I'll add all my spices I have right here. I have some chili powder. Where is that? It's not focusing. There it is, chili powder. Some onion powder. Pepper. We love cumin in this family. And then of course, chicken bouillon. I don't know how to say it. Hope I said that right because it sounded fancy. I took this out. I might actually add a little seasoned salt. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm really good at putting flavor profiles together, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Anywho, so in just a minute I'll add that, and then over here I am boiling some cauliflower. So what we do is we mash the cauliflower, and then we put it with eggs in this bowl, okay? And then I put parsley, I put this onion, chopped up onion, salt, pepper, cumin. Did I put anything else in there? No, I think that's it. And then we fry little like egg patties, if you will. They're kind of like a frittata. Kind of, you get the idea. So anyway, we eat it with that usually sometimes. So I'm just preparing that, and I'm gonna probably get some garlic bread going because I feel like having some. And what else? Honestly, that's about it. Oh, and in the soup, we add a little of, it's barely any. It's chopped up jalapeno. It just adds a little heat, just enough to kind of, you know, turn up the notch. And then we also add a can of corn. Without the juice of it, we put it inside the soup. Anywho, so that's that. Work was good. I'm gonna finish cooking here, and then I'm gonna come back and chat with you about what I was talking to you about in the car earlier. My battery died, I'm sure you noticed, and I just wanted to finish that conversation with you guys. I think it's really important. So like I said earlier, I was looking up, just scrolling through other groups yesterday night, and I saw somebody's post, and I'm not sure if I read it already earlier, but I'll tell it to you again. My Etsy shop consists of one-of-a-kind items. Because of this, nothing is renewed after it sells. Does this hurt me? Is it best to sell things that once they sell will automatically renew, or does it really make a difference at all? I hope this question makes sense. And then here are the responses from people. If things are selling, it helps push your items up in search for a small amount of time, which is what renewing also does. This person's pretty much correct. There's a lot more to it, but I feel like they referenced the question, you know, gave some helpful advice, but didn't really answer it. So technically speaking, having an item that you're able to resell renews it. So yes, it helps get bumped up in search. Somebody else wrote to them, you could change the info on the listing and renew versus creating a completely new one. That way any favorites and sales remain and bump your SEO a bit, even though it's a new product. From my understanding anyway, I don't think you need to auto renew. Don't listen to that advice. Okay, you're not allowed to take an old listing of, let's say, if you sold a hat, a personalized hat, you can't take it and say, okay, well, it was only one of a kind hat, I have no more left or whatever, I'm gonna change it into, you know, personalized curtains. I just made that up. So you can't do that. It's against Etsy rules. And you might say, well, are you the rule police? No, I'm not. I'm just letting you know, like, don't base your business off of, especially if you know it, off of, you know, practices that are not okay. And so I was like, what kind of advice is that? That wasn't accurate. Not the person, I don't think the person meant to be not accurate. But I have a point to make in a second. Then somebody else wrote, it doesn't hurt at all. Etsy bases everything on amount of sales, not views, not likes, just sales. Reviews and likes help customers make selections, but sales count the most. So I'm confused by this person's response. It doesn't hurt at all. Yeah, it doesn't hurt you having one-of-a-kind items, but depending how you look at it, you're not able to. The person that posted it in the context says, you know, I can't it doesn't renew my items when it sells. So does that, you know, the person didn't mean, does it hurt me? Does it not help me? And it doesn't help her. But this other person who wrote the response is kind of misleading, you know. So yes, it does hurt because Etsy bases everything on sales. So when they say amount of sales, it's not the amount of sales in your entire shop. That's yet to be proven. There are many theories. Let me situate myself here about, you know, oh, if your entire shop is doing well, then your new items that you post are going to do well. Not necessarily. It's hard to prove that theory. Believe me, I am a researcher at heart. I know that sounds weird. Like, how are you a researcher at heart? Long story for another day. But I will tell you that it's really based on the listing. If this listing, this one listing right here, my finger, sells over and over again, this listing has a listing quality and it'll bump up in the search. Even if over time it has sucky SEO, okay? It's the reality of it. That's why sometimes you see things on the top of the search that suck at SEO, like really suck. It's because they've been selling over and over again. Anywho, so if you are out there saying, okay, tell me more, Dahlia, if you sell one-of-a-kind items, I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. Let me explain why. Not just because of Etsy. Yes, Etsy favors listings that you could repurchase, because then if that one listing gets sales over and over again, it helps boost you up in your search results. And unlike what the other person said, no, you can't just take that listing and change it to something else, okay? So, sorry, my hair is not cooperating, in my opinion. Okay, so that's number one, that's working against you. Number two, why would you, side note, besides Etsy, why would you want a business model that you make, where's something next to me? What is this? This is my daughter's doll, okay? Why would you make a business model that makes you work hard on this one item for you to never be able to sell it again? Oops, sorry doll. Okay, I just threw her and she fell. Why would you do that? It's not very sustainable unless you are making one-of-a-kind items that are very, very expensive, unless you have a huge engaged following that you did throughout the year, not all the time, not like your complete business model, but throughout the year, one-of-a-kind items that like limited quantities. I'm okay with that, but that should not be what your store is based on. Also, you know, I've been talking about Pinterest for the last, I don't know, week, and places like Pinterest will not work for you. If you sell one-of-a-kind items, stay away from Pinterest. It is a waste of your time and your strategy, because if this one listing sells, you can't sell it again, you know, then it's just going viral on Pinterest, hopefully, and then it just leads to nowhere. It's a bad strategy. if you are selling one-of-a-kind items, you should really focus your efforts on social media, okay? Once that post, and it posts in a post and it goes down in the person's feed, then it's gone, right? That person's not gonna see it in their feed again. So it's really great for one-of-a-kind items. So I have to tell you that yes, you can still sustain a business that's one-of-a-kind, but it's not something I wish upon anybody, because like when I buy materials, guys, I buy tons of paper, tons of envelope, and some other basic packaging things. If I'm doing one-of-a-kind items, I can't, it's, okay, let's just say my one-of-a-kind items all involve papered envelopes, fine. But sometimes those people type of businesses, those type of businesses don't have the same materials that they use over and over again. That's trouble number one. Okay, it's very costly business to run if you do one-of-a-kind things. But even if you did reuse the same type of materials, the labor that it takes for the creative artist, that's you, to create the item, and so you can sell it just once, not sustainable, guys. When I say sustainable, it means you're not able to sustain. I mean, I'm defining a word with this, using the same word, but I think you get it, right? You're not able to sustain, selling it for that price over and over again. So it takes, let's say 5 hours, I just made that up, to make this beautiful necklace, this one-of-a-kind necklace. Great, I sell for 50 bucks. But if it keeps taking me that amount of time to create this item, not smart. I mean, do I have to spell it out for you guys even more? I don't think so, right? It makes sense in my mind. If it doesn't make sense for you, want me to elaborate, comment down below and let me know. The point is, the person that posted had a really great question. I mean, it's a valid question. It's not a bad question. I was upset to see that people were not misleading her on purpose, but pretty much giving bad advice, not knowing it. And so what's the purpose of me telling you this is that be careful who you get advice from. But sometimes you don't even know it. Sometimes you're like, I got you, I'll be careful. But sometimes you don't even know bad advice is coming your way. Here's another thing I saw the other day. Oh, it was so sad. Did I screenshot it? There's also people commenting in that original thread I said earlier regarding how could people do the exact same thing and people get different results. Nobody's doing the exact same thing. And somebody wrote, and then there is luck. And I'm like, one person actually a long time ago, I think she's still a member in this group, in my group, she told me I was lucky. And while that sounded freaking amazing, I said, no, I'm not. And they said, nobody could replicate what I've done, or it's very hard to, and luck has also something to do with it. That person was like, she doesn't have a business mind, I have a business mind. And I'm like, I disagree. I said, if you believe that, then yes, it won't happen. But for those of you who are watching, I disagree with that. So yes, I have a business mind. I'm one of my strong suits is I'm a problem solver. I am a serious problem solver. So certainly it works in my favor. So, if you don't have the energy to, that's not luck, you just don't have the energy to. If you don't want to do the hard work and the research, if you don't want to, pay for tools to help you, don't tell me it's luck. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm trying to find. It might have been in another post. Ah, there it is. Somebody wrote, I don't know, I quit. Dropped all my prices this morning and still not going to sell anything. I'm like, why would you? First of all, what kind of strategy is that? Hold on, I have a customer chat. The person that dropped all their prices. Am I still in focus? Yeah. The person that dropped, I'm sorry for the bad camera angle. The person that dropped all their prices this morning, it's like, if you think that's a strategy, you got another thing coming. Even if you put it as a penny, people might think, well, what the hell is she selling? Just know that there's, this bad strategy. Just because when you give up, you're like, I'm just gonna put everything on sale, see what happens. No. If you have a strategy behind dropping your prices, that's something different. So, here's what the person wrote that made me, it was sad. They go, my friends were too encouraging when I started. I never planned on making it a business, but they made me feel like I should. Now I have a ton invested and will never get my investment back. first of all, boo-hoo, right? I saw that and I was like, so people thought this lady had some great things. They encouraged her, which I've heard of before, and that person spends a whole bunch of money trying to get their business started. You know, if you guys ever watch Shark Tank, people always give Kevin O'Leary such a hard time because he likes to tell the truth. And yes, he tells the truth a little bit too harshly. That's a big problem that he has. But essentially, the truth is what needs to be said. So, and not always is he right, granted. But, you know, this is the same situation where people should have told that lady the truth. So she didn't invest all this money. People should tell you the truth, you know, when it comes to your product line, you know, what you have to do to make yourself successful, you know, etc. and so forth. One time I saw an article that said, if you want to make some extra money over summer, start an Etsy shop. I'm like, okay, granted, you can start an Etsy shop over summer and probably make some cash. But sometimes it's not that easy, you know, and times are rough right now on Etsy. You know, not, you know, all shops are seeing some, you know, some declines. So it's not that easy. So like, you know, when you see in our group posts about people being very motivating, like, oh, look how much I made, look how much I made. I hope people don't take it the wrong way. I hope they're not like, wow, look at everybody, I could do it too. I want people to see it that way, but I don't want to be smoke and mirrors. I don't want people to think there was no hard work behind that. Because here's the reality. You guys watch me every day on Facebook Live, you see me here, you see me there. You see all these great things. What you did not see, because I didn't start Facebook Live back then, was several years ago when I first started, right? All the stuff I done. You know, I have 2 people working for me now. You didn't see what I did before. You didn't see what led up to all of that, you know? And maybe I could talk about in another vlog what led to, I personally believe what led to, like the building blocks that led to my success. Just for the record, spoiler alert, SEO is one of them, okay? I use that in a lot of strategies. It is no joke. Anyway, the point is, it is, you know, the person that invested a whole bunch of money, I wish somebody told her the truth. But the reality is, maybe it's not her product line, maybe her product is great, but she thought she was just gonna list it and people are gonna come swarming in. No. Etsy is a great platform, but the way people swarm in is either SEO, okay, people search and they find you and you're able to be found because you applied SEO correctly, or your marketing, and there's different things you could do to market, you know? So anyway, I just kind of rambled off. I just saw that and I'm like, believe me, I've seen many posts where bad advice was given. I've seen many things and I'm like, oh, save these people, you know? This person has some great advice. This person said, hey, my husband reminds me frequently not to continue making a mistake just because I've invested so much in making it. That's really solid advice. That's a tough call, by the way. Because how do you know, like, you spent, let's just say, make up a number, you spent $5 grand on all this stuff. How do you know when it's time to give up? You know when when your product line is not something that people want and it's hard to market because it doesn't fill a need. That's ultimately it. Or you don't have the skills and talent to market something that people want, okay? And you don't want to find a way to do so, or you don't want to accept the way. Accept the way meaning, for example, when somebody out there knows they have to get the SEO webinar, my SEO webinar, to help their business, but they're reluctant to get it for whatever reason. And it's like, okay, you're stopping yourself. My SEO webinar is not the know-all be-all in the whole world, but I could speak for myself when I say it's a freaking awesome webinar. So when you decide to not get it, for whatever reason, I'm not judging people because you have to save some money for something else. It's not the point. But there's plenty of people who eventually bit the bullet and they wish they bought it sooner. And their excuse for not buying it sooner, they even said in their own words, was stupid. So this person is saying, you know, yeah, if your product line sucks, then don't feel bad stepping away from it. But you have to make that call first. And that's a hard call to make, I'll be honest. Anywho's.